everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecast. So this particular reading, if you are drawn to it, it's called the Time Machine. If they could go back in time, what would they do differently? So this is for anyone who's guided to it, and hopefully there's something in the storyline that comes forward that makes sense for you and is able to help you out at this time. General advice as always, guys, so please do keep that in mind throughout the reading and only take the bits and parts of it that do make sense for you and release the rest. All right, so I wanted to first start off with this deck, aptly named the Divine Time Oracle. This one's actually by Bridget of Divine Essentials. So let's take a look and see what time references come forward for the connection. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. What needs to come forward here? What's the message? We've got pour some more, close the door, break time. And if you look at the time here, it's almost either noon or it's almost midnight, depending on how you look at it. You know, just the reference to break time, it could indicate somebody that is in separation from somebody. So more than likely, if you're not with this person, and we are focusing on if they could go back in time, what would they do differently? So this right here could be an indication that you guys are in no contact. Maybe somebody, just the reference to pour some more, it could be that they're drowning their sorrows. That is how they pass their time. Let me see what else here. Let's see what else. Angels and spirit guides, please. What do we need to know? So that is how they're passing their time. Maybe they're single as well, taking a break from relationships. Okay, so when darkness is fighting to overcome light, expect the rebirth of death into life. Wow. This is really difficult to read. I believe that says fall equinox, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we are in the fall season here. Let me grab one more. This could also be picking up off of a similar energy from the death card in tarot, because it does bring forward a situation, a cycle that phases out. It's like an ending to something. You know, there's just not enough life to keep it going. But we do have the opportunity for a rebirth here to bring something back to life. And for some of you guys, it might happen sooner rather than later, especially during this autumn season. Okay, there could be something significant there. Let me grab one more from here. You know, and I find it so interesting. I was just looking at this, close the door. This for me represents the act of opening a door. So maybe you guys, you know, parted ways. That could represent what that chapter is, that it's phased out, it's closed. But maybe the universe is giving you guys the opportunity to open up a new door and have a new beginning here. Look at this. We've got 1111 coming through. That can also represent a twin flame connection for some of you. Okay, so we've got a bunch of numbers here. It does say awakening, union, pay attention. So something is happening perhaps at this time to let you know that there's a reason why you are guided to this reading when it comes to your connection. So it could also be telling you that your person, they are going through their awakening. They are going through this rebirth to be able to see things in a very different way compared to the person that you remember. Divine Feminine, you are coming up. All right, so we've got the Empress coming through here. You still have an influence on a masculine, okay? Some of you guys could have either been married, you could have had a family together, but you do have this very nurturing energy that's coming through here, and they still perhaps feel that. They think about the way you were with them. The number 19, the number 3, all of these numbers could be significant for some of you. March 19th in particular. So the sun, of course, very positive, you know, radiance, abundance. Yes, it's everything that perhaps they're focused on at this point, and maybe you are as well, just really wanting to manifest something here, like a reason to celebrate something. So if they could go back in time to undo some of the things that they've done or said, they would want to do that. When they think about you, you know, it still brings up those happy feelings in their heart. We've got the Fool coming through here. This could be an indication that, you know, maybe this person, it could have been the masculine. For some of you, I'm feeling an age gap. It could be maybe an older feminine and a younger masculine. I'm just feeling that for some. But I feel that we have the indication of a desire for a new beginning here. So this could be a message from a masculine wanting to let you know, Divine Feminine, that if you're not completely closed off to the idea of them returning, they would want to certainly do things differently. Three of Wands, look at this, followed by the Ace of Wands. Yes, they still see a lot of potential in the connection, certainly in you, Divine Feminine. So that's what I'm getting. We have a message from a Divine Masculine who wants to let you know that they still feel optimistic about what the future has in store. If you guys can ultimately work this out, a new beginning is what they want to convey here. Are you open to that? Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. This is our equality card in tarot. Beautiful. So if that was lacking in the relationship, perhaps this is what this person is wanting to tell you now. They know, based off of the history between the two of you, this is what they would do differently as well if they just didn't put in the work, if they had one foot out the door, if there were other people in the connection. What they're telling you here, what they would do differently, is to ensure that you wouldn't have to worry about them, you know, interacting with anyone else. This is somebody who's 100% focused on the connection, and they're willing to do whatever is necessary to make sure that they're committed. Four of Cups. Okay, so the missed opportunity. This person that is coming through for you in this reading, they ultimately feel that you really are the one that they should be with. They had to lose you in order to realize this. And now that they do, now that they have gone through this awakening, this realization, and that has only come with maturity, that has only come with time here. And I feel they're not feeling very positive that this can be a part of their reality. That's what they want, clearly, but they're also worried perhaps that maybe too much time has passed, and you know, some of you guys might have moved on. Maybe you are married, maybe you already have a family with somebody else, and they're not quite sure if what they're hoping for, wishing for, dreaming about can actually manifest. They want that though. This is the next card. We've got the Six of Cups. They're definitely feeling very nostalgic. Okay, there's the past influence, the past times in the history that you guys have shared together, and they still want to be able to have more happy times, happy memories with you in the future. Can that happen? Okay, so this is the next card. We've got the Two of Swords. That is followed by the Eight of Cups. We've got the Ten of Cups. I'm kind of feeling for certain scenarios that somebody was not ready for the type of commitment that perhaps you, the viewer, needed from this person. You know, so after a while, you might have just realized, you know what, we're just going around in circles. You know, we want very different things. We're not on the same page. You know, maybe you wanted commitment and maybe they weren't ready to settle down. So it's either they moved on to pursue other things, other people, and just weren't ready to settle down, or you might have decided to walk away from this person because they couldn't offer you what it was that you needed from them. And so that did create this stalemate energy. You know, you guys were at an impasse. It just wasn't moving. This could have also been an issue here with the Seven of Swords. That is followed by the Seven of Cups. So somebody entertained other options. They made other choices here, and now they seem to be regretting it. You know, is it too late to return and to fix things here? So that's telling us a lot as to what it is that they would really want to do differently if they had another chance to do so. All right, so let's see what else. What else can we figure out here? So they've got some remorse, you know, they're feeling apprehensive perhaps to reach out. I feel they want to though. This could be a twin flame for some of you guys. All right, let's take a look at what went wrong. Let's tap into that energy a little bit deeper here. All right. This deck is literally called What Went Wrong. It's by Fire Witch Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please. What do we need to know for the collective? If they could go back in time, what would they do differently? I feel so much. So much. Is it too late? Stalker, ex, lover. They don't know how to let go. Now, this could come through in so many ways for so many different scenarios. Some of you guys might have dealt with an ex who stalked you. That could have certainly been annoying at a point, but it's also quite concerning for those of you that just wanted maybe to find peace in your life, certainly in your love life, and they created some drama here. I feel this is an ex who might have cheated on you, or there could have been a third-party situation here, and maybe you decided to break things off with this person, but they perhaps could not accept the fact that you walked out of their life, maybe. I'm just feeling that for some of you guys. Let's see what else went wrong for the collective. Not knowing how to converse with you or them. Communication could have been a challenge, especially if they were either not coming clean about something, or if you guys just were on different pages, not seeing eye to eye, as we've already seen. So this could be the ex, right? Maybe after a while you just were not interacting with each other. The conversations just did not flow. It was not productive. All right, let's see. So if they could go back in time, do things differently, they would want to be able to communicate with you better. Let me grab one more from here. They developed unhealthy habits just to tolerate this connection. You know, it could have been drugs. They could have been drinking too much. You know, it could be so many things. Let's go ahead and find out what else we can with some tarot here. I'll be pulling from my Tabby Tarot Teacher deck. So maybe drinking too much, drugs, that's what's jumping out at me. I mean, we've got so many unhealthy habits that could have affected the relationship. I'm also kind of getting, for some of you, you know, after a while, again, the conversations just came to a standstill perhaps, and that could have also resulted in the stalemate and the Two of Swords energy. And maybe they just turned towards whatever these unhealthy habits are or were, you know. Look at this, Four of Cups, followed by the Queen of Swords, followed by the Tower. Oh my God, stop. Followed by the Ten of Wands, followed by the Eight of Cups. We've got some duplicate messages coming here. Okay, so we've got the feminine showing up as this really headstrong Queen of Swords. What you wanted from your masculine perhaps was to be trustworthy, and maybe they proved otherwise, you know? So you could have been the one that walked away from the connection, Divine Feminine, and that's what created this Tower. It created this catastrophic ending to your relationship because there was just something about it that you were not able to accept. You know, they were doing something or hiding things from you, so you decided more than likely to sever ties here. And it's been a struggle for this person. And also, you know, once you guys went into separation, that could have also amplified whatever their unhealthy habits, you know, could have been. So if they were already drinking at the time, they might have just amplified that even more and started drinking even more. So however way this presented itself, I mean, it was huge. It was like this major event that just broke you guys up. Whatever it was, it could have been a realization or a revelation that maybe there was infidelity, maybe there was another person, or that they were doing something behind your back. It doesn't always have to be infidelity, but I do feel for some of you that could have been what was happening. You know, maybe too, you felt like they were taking you for granted. They just didn't appreciate what you brought to the relationship. I feel this person that would want to go back in time and change things, they would avoid this tower. They would avoid this 10 of Wands type experience where they're just struggling. Life is just a struggle, you know, and now they've come to this realization that they want to be in your life, but they know that they screwed it up. So they're really saturated in their thoughts of how to make this a reality, but they don't quite know how to make it happen. You know, they feel the disconnection. They know that maybe too much time has passed and they're not quite sure what steps are needed in order to make this a part of their 3D reality. So yeah, do they have a ton of regrets? Absolutely. And if they could, they would go back in time and undo all of this. But at this point, you know, is it possible to fix it? We've got the 6 of Swords. That is followed by the Sun, which we've already seen. So, wow, that's interesting, guys. For some of you, I feel that if there is the possibility of moving on from whatever you guys have experienced, but I feel there's a lot of healing. There is certainly unfinished conversations that need to be had, you know, to just ensure that you guys are on the same page, wanting the same thing, wanting to build a much stronger foundation in the relationship moving forward. This is for those of you who would want to have that reconciliation with somebody, because there's a chance that things can fall back into place here, that you guys can find happiness again. But there is this need to transition away from whatever happened in the past. Divine Feminine, you're coming in with the energy of the High Priestess. There's something here that I feel, my feminines, you just get it. You know, instinctively in your heart, you know what needs to happen in order to make this a part of reality, to make it real rather than just a fantasy. I feel with the 4 of Cups coming through, that's somebody who's daydreaming about what it is that they want to manifest, and it's not tangible. It's like, you know, they feel that regardless of whatever action they take, it might not manifest. That's just kind of what I'm getting there. So they've got a lot of regrets about it. Look at that. Again, 7 of Cups. I feel this person, they now acknowledge that some of the choices that they made back then, it contributed to that tower moment. They know that now. Maybe it took them a while to really understand it fully, but they get it now, and they would just want to be able to have another chance here to choose differently and to choose you only rather than entertaining other people, other connections. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you guys, there is the opportunity that this may come back around. All right. And I feel with the Judgment as well as the Fool, look at these cards. And then the 10 of Cups, there's a chance for those of you who want that, but there's somebody here from your past who's not feeling so confident. So it might take some time before they actually find the courage to reach out. I feel there could be this very heart-filled, emotional conversation that they want to have with you. There's so much that they need to get off their chest. And that might happen for some of you guys. They clearly want to have this fresh start with you. They envision this 10 of Cups type of life, you know. Could be marriage. It could be truly sharing a life together. Maybe you guys had dreamt of manifesting a family, you know, living together, buying a home together, getting married, whatever it was that you guys talked about. They want all of that. And they're wondering, you know, is this really possible? Because obviously we don't have a time machine. We can't go back really to undo the damage that has been done. But through their own realizations, they want to do things differently now if they have the opportunity to do so. So I'm just being guided to tell you, if this is your story, it doesn't even matter how long it's been, guys. Life might just find a way for you guys to run into each other. Maybe you might get this unexpected form of communication. It could be an apology. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, whatever they are bringing your way, it's something that's secure. It's something that if you guys are both on the same page, it can manifest into something amazing. It's a solid offer of stability. That's something that they could not offer to you before. And then we've got the Star right after that. I'm telling you, this person, they're still wishing to be a part of your life. And if that's what you've been wishing for as well, for some of you guys anyway, I feel it's not off the table. You know, that could be a part of your reality someday. All right, let's grab one more set of cards here. So this one is by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, the Sands of Time Oracle. All right, so they definitely want to do things differently. Will you give them the chance to do that? Now, for some of you guys tuning in, it could be you that wants to be able to do things differently. So, you know, as always, you can take these readings however way it really makes sense for you. All right, angels and spirit guides, please, one more set of cards to give us an indication of what's going on in this connection for the collective. Time for new income. Interesting. Somebody could have been struggling maybe financially. They could have been unemployed. They could have been laid off. Okay, that could have been something that you guys were in disagreement over, perhaps. You guys could have been fighting about money. Look at this. Time to reach out. I feel in time you will hear from them. You will hear from this person. For those of you, at least, who are hoping to reconnect with somebody. Look, thinking of past times, they remember. You know, they remember you fondly. They have very good memories in their heart space when times were good. And then lastly, we have springtime. So maybe early part of next year could be the time frame that you're being given as to when something can manifest here for you and this connection. Okay, so let's see. Let's grab some tarot here. So if you've ever wondered if they even think about you, they do. So if that's what you've been hoping for, you might just get it. It's definitely coming forward from a divine masculine. We've got the Emperor right here. So I feel the masculine, they're ready to take action. But look at the next card. We've got the Temperance card, which is all about patience. So yes, eventually they will reach out, but divine feminine, perhaps this is a message for you that your masculine, they're going to take their time because they don't want to make the mistake or they don't want to rush in. They're going to at least try to feel out the situation to see if it's a good time to communicate with you. I love that. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's followed by the Six of Swords. So there really is this message coming forward that whatever the past represents, some of those moments could have certainly been very painful, resulting in that Tower moment. And there's this need to perhaps find forgiveness, to find closure, to be able to move on from what that represents. And if you guys are both on the same page, to be able to move forward together. Four of Swords represents that healing that needed to happen. So for some of you guys, part of the reason why it's not happening right away in the 3D is because there's still this need to continue to heal from whatever happened. We've got the Ace of Swords. I love that. And then we've got the Chariot. So we definitely have movement coming forward. Things will eventually get better in this particular scenario if you relate to it. You could be Cancer. Some of you guys might be thinking of a Cancer person. So what once was stagnant, I feel in time, things are going to start moving forward. This is what's going to help you guys overcome whatever obstacles are in the way of you guys communicating and getting back together. So this person, they definitely see things from a very different standpoint at this time. Life really taught them a lesson, I feel. And the only way for them to learn that lesson was to be in separation from you. So you guys can actually have a successful reunion here. Look at this. Four of Wands. So yeah, there's a potential reunion. Not just necessarily for twin flames, but that is what that represents there. And remember, guys, earlier, there's our 1111 card, right? So it's picking up off of the Four of Wands right there. That's a very special message for people who want to get back together. And then we have the Magician coming through here. So it seems if you were really needing some sort of sign to let you know that there's somebody here clearly focused on the memories that you guys have shared, wanting a reunion, wanting to be in your life again. It's not going to happen right away. And I kind of feel that that's a blessing in disguise. But something is going to manifest, something tangible for both of you in the future. Okay, so I really love that. And, you know, going back to what we see here, it could happen maybe early part of next year. Some of you guys might even receive some sort of message or sign before the end of the year. So that's what I've got. There's so much that they would want to do differently. And for some of you that are willing to give them a second chance to come back, you might just find that it's worth taking a risk on that connection. All right, guys, so that's what I've got for you. If you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I will link all of the decks you see here as well. Thank you so very much. I'll see you next time.